In today's video, we're going to take a look at the Mainz B. This was another highly recommended ship by me when I took a look at every single Black Friday ship. I think Mainz is a really fun, interesting Tier 8 light cruiser, and I think it's one that could be worth picking up, considering the Tier 8s typically are on a better deal than the Tier 9s, for example. We looked at Alaska. Still pretty expensive. Mine's, though, a little cheaper. Look at the armor. Definitely a light cruiser. So even though it looks like it's got a hipper hull, it definitely does not. And of course, Tier 8, and this ship does not have a heal. So I went over that a little bit in the video, talking about all these Black Friday ships. I highly value a heal at Tier 8 for a cruiser. Makes it a little easier to play. So I am taking Superintendent and Top Grade Gunner. Typically, when you're playing a Mainz, you're going to be using whatever commander you have on your German cruisers. And the nice thing about Mainz is it's very flexible. So Superintendent, not something you want to take on a Mainz. Top Grade Gunner, perhaps not either. The nice thing about Mainz is it's so flexible. I wasn't really sure what to do with the last 7 points. So I just threw them in here just to show you a possibility of a German commander. I think you could look at heavy AP shells. You could even look at Demo Expert. It's a very flexible ship. That's a good captain trainer for the German cruiser lines. It's quite nice. As for the upgrades, pretty standard cruiser build. Not too much to say here, other than that we don't have radar. So we actually just have to impact the game through our DPM alone. And my goodness, it has a lot of DPM. So our very first game here in the Mainz, a light cruiser definitely wants to make use of island cover. We have decent matchmaker here, considering it's only up to Tier 9s. We still want to play passive, though. That's something that you want to be doing in all of your cruisers. You want to save your HP till the end of the game. They're typically much more powerful late game than they are in the early game. So we're not going to play too aggressive. We're going to go out to the flank, try and help our team, support them. Just provide extra DPM. Speaking of the DPM, like I mentioned, it's mostly on the AP. The HE is kind of anemic. It's not bad, especially considering the reload and the pen, right? We always have the improved pen on most of these German ships, so 38mm is quite nice to have. But it's AP. The AP hits so hard, and that's why I want to try and play on the flanks a little bit more. It's going to allow us to make much more use of that armor piercing and hopefully get a lot more damage out of it. So as a light cruiser, we can definitely make use of a lot of these islands. It's a great way to farm some easy damage, although we are getting spotted by the enemy carrier here. So we will have to be careful about battleships shooting over islands at us. But for now, I think this is a reasonable spot to play. Trying to get some early damage in. Eventually, these planes should leave, and we should be able to go dark. I'm sticking with the HE for now, just because we don't really have the best pen at range. It's one of the weaknesses of German AP. It has a lot of high alpha, but it just doesn't have the pen, or the pen angles, really. That's kind of the big issues with it, although we are just permanently spotted here, which feels kind of bad. Perhaps something is pretty wide, I guess. That's what I would have to say. We are missing this Mainz quite badly, so that's too bad. It's going high, which is kind of odd. We have a lot of the enemy team pushing in here, so definitely want to be a little careful. Prince Heinrich might actually get a big hit in onto us here. I do have propulsion mod. The goal, of course, is to out-accelerate stuff like that. And we do get actually very, very lucky. We probably should have taken a lot more damage there. There is a slight turtleback here, you know, so that's something. Not something you want to be relying on, though. I don't really want to rely on the tankiness of this ship. I want to use the DPM to kill things quickly and hopefully have my teammates do some supporting work. So as the enemy team is pushing in, we should talk about the gun angles. It's one of the weaknesses on a lot of the German ships overall. You got to show a lot of broadside, so keep that in mind, that if you're able to shoot all your guns, you're probably showing enough broadside that you can be punished. You can definitely be citadeled, so just be aware of that. Get a fire in on the Heinrich. I'll try some AP, maybe 1 or 2 salvos while his ref is still active. But I don't really know how well I'll do against some of these lower tier battleships since they have that casemate armor. Yeah, we're getting some shatters here for sure. Looks like his... oh, 5k, that's not bad. His damage control's up, so we will swap over to the HE again, try and get some fires. Although the enemy, or our friendly Jean Bart with a secondary build, looks like he got the fire. It should be the dead Prince Heinrich there, which feels pretty good. And just like that, we've helped support on this flank. We don't want to give up too much ground, especially considering standard battle. But again, trying to play safe early on. We've already done 40k, just like that. There's a Unicum here. Okay. This is really kind of spooky for us. We're going to have to watch the Iowa. So I want to charge him with my Hydro, because it's 6 kilometers? Yeah. But we don't want to get killed by the Iowa, basically. I did not expect to find him here. Maybe we can break an engine. No, he doesn't get away. Again, always looking at the Iowa, waiting for the salvo to come in. But it's not, so okay. He will be just stuck on the border here. Oh, there's the salvo. We missed it. But hey, not bad. There you are, stuck on the border. Lead a little more, I guess. Border mechanics are always fun to deal with. Yeah, you're not always going to catch an enemy DD like this, I'll be honest. That typically doesn't happen. We're charging an Iowa. Okay, so the other thing you have with mines is torps. So, well, our Massachusetts is basically dead. So, instead of charging this guy, I'm going to, I think, kite away. I don't want to, yeah, the enemy Malfi is here. So we're just going to try and DPM this guy out. I'm aiming for his bow. At closer ranges, you can definitely aim for portions of the ship that you think are less saturated. We have a nice Lucian's buff there. Hoping to avoid a lot of damage here. Unfortunately, we don't. He overmatches us everywhere, so we do expect quite a lot of damage to come in. Hopefully we can get some fires and maybe we'll live here. I played a little too aggressive. I guess I wanted the Amalfi a little too badly. We gotta hope for team support. The salvo's probably coming in, so we're gonna slow down and turn out here. Hopefully this Iowa misses. Looks like he did. There's our fire. Looks like we'll live, barely. Oh, he's got to heal, though. Come on, team, please. Help! We gotta hope for bad dispersion, I guess, from him. Which we might get. We might slip through. 13,000 damage. Yeah, overpen only. Finally. Okay, he's done. Oh, close one. Close one. Amalfi pushing up, and that's probably going to kill me because it's sap, and sap hurts a lot. No, not actually. I probably should try and go dark, but I don't think I will be able to. I just want to bait this Amalfi as much as possible. If he's going to shoot sap, he's probably going to have a tough time dealing damage to our angled ship. The hope is the Alsace gets a shot into his broadside, right? Like, that's the hope here, but apparently not. We do go dark, which feels quite good. I might have given too much angle here. He might kill me. Nope, he overlet it. Okay. We're alive, barely. 104,000. Not a bad first game, honestly, given how much pressure we were under. The DPM can definitely save you on this ship. All right, we've found the enemy sub here. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do too much, considering we've got basically no HP. But we'll definitely try. And my hydro just ran out, which is pretty unfortunate. I think we will should be able to win this game without too much issues, though, which is nice. Maybe we can finish the Cossack off here. If he pushes out a little too far, perhaps we can. Looks like we might be able to. Maybe... Okay. We know where the sub is. He's right in front of us. He probably kills us, though. I wish I'd saved my hydro. He's there, apparently. Do those get up in time? They do. Unfortunate. It's really difficult to deal with subs. Well, at least we won that one. But yeah, submarines, not something you want to be going after in a mines. Even though you have hydro, you don't have anti-submarine warfare planes. You don't have the airstrike version. They only drop off the side of your ship, which is useless considering subs are at their strongest when people are forced to push into them. Top score, not a bad game at all. On to our second game now, and we've got some worse matchmaker, certainly. A double sub carrier and tier 10, so about as bad as it can possibly get for a mines. But at least on this specific flank, on this map, we can push up to the islands and maybe make use of them to limit the number of engagements or the number of people shooting at us, maybe farm some people over top. Looks like we do have the storm coming in, so that'll give us a little bit of better concealment, although it'll make the enemies a little harder to see, a little harder to hit. But again, we're going to try and play passive to start with, right? So that's the key here. Even when you're top tier, you want to play passive to start with in a cruiser. It's that mid to late game you want to use your HP for. So overall, in tier 10 games, as a tier 8 light cruiser, you're not going to do too much. Initial deployments, looks like Montana's leaving this flank. So that means they probably don't have a lot of people here. Doesn't mean we want to push super aggressively yet. We don't want to be the first ones in, first ones spotted. All these little things can help your light cruiser games go a little bit easier. Patience is a virtue here. I definitely struggle with that. As someone who wants to just get in and start playing the game quick, it's not always something you want to be doing. Our extra range compared to other tier 8 light cruisers is definitely going to help us out here. If this Monty turns in, for example, we might be able to farm him down a little bit with our HE. But yeah, we're playing it pretty passive, as you can see here. It does look like the Monty will come in just enough for us to get some shots, which is quite nice. Let's see if we get spotted while shooting. It's one of the reasons I love propulsion mod. It allows me to constantly be maneuvering around these islands a little bit quicker. Although if you're doing a lot of open watering, I can see running rudder shift. All right, try and hit the superstructure, get some fires. Do have to lead a little bit along these longer ranges, as you can see. But we get our full fire chance along with getting to full pen, right? The HE here on these German cruisers is quite nice for that. That is a damage control popped on the Montana. Unfortunately, yeah, we don't quite have the range to follow up. That would have been very, very nice to have, that permanent fire. Looks like we're gonna get, I don't know about overrun here, but the enemy team is definitely stronger on this flank. And they have a Schlieffen going mid, which hopefully gets focused down quite quickly. The idea here is we don't want to play too aggressive. Thunder's taking some damage, simply because we're on the weak flank as well. I'm considering trying to greed and get some shots on this Amagi. I'm not sure. Maybe he'll turn in as well. Again, we're looking for the free easy damage here. We're not trying to make plays happen. Oh, it is so close. If this thing had a spotter plane, it'd be amazing. It'd probably be too strong. Like we talked about in some earlier videos, give it a heal, it would also probably be too strong. Not spotted here, which feels pretty good, although I don't want to overdo things. Given how broadside he is, I could go for... I certainly could go for some AP here. But I think running some HE to get some fires like that, pop his damage control, feels pretty good. The enemy sub is literally right there. I might push to try and catch him. I'm surprised my Hydro isn't able to catch him there. But, yeah, I'm actually going to go try and kill him. Or at least get him spotted, because Schlieffen Thunderer should just nuke him with their ASW. I saved my Hydro this time for a little better opportunity, hopefully. Although, I really don't know what I'm doing against subs. It's not the easiest thing to do in the world. The reason I'm also not like okay with pushing, but kind of okay with pushing is that we have these islands here that we can work up to and maybe use those to turn out. Although we're too far away to really do much to this guy, unfortunately. We'll swap to the AP here for Henry. I'm okay with taking this fight, even though there's so many people here. 5K. I'm turning away though. I'm not 8K. Dang. I'm not staying broadside to a Montana, a Magi, NC in their spawn, as you can see here. Someone said hi to me. Looks like I missed it. Sorry about that. If you see this, hello. A Magi pushing. He's angled, so we are going to swap to the HE. Or we'll go after the Kitakazi. That's definitely a better target. We want to try and help take these DGs out. This is something that we struggle with, is spotting these guys, but we got to use our DPM then to deal with them, since we can't do the extra spotting like a radar cruiser might be able to. And it looks like our Odlin should live if we get another decent hit in here. Hopefully 800, 600 HP. And you'll notice I'm constantly playing with my rudder and my propulsion. I really am trying to dodge as much of these AP salvos as we possibly can. Somehow we're not spotted here, which feels pretty good. So then we can get a little more greedy for these guns. Try and farm some fires here. Our Schlieffen has taken an absolute beating. So we might lose him eventually. But we want to try and use their spotting to get as much return damage in as possible. This game is looking pretty good for us though, overall. There we go, finally getting a fire. The fire chance is only, I think, 8%, something like that. Maybe 9% with a full build. Not great, but considering how many shells we dump out, it's pretty good most of the time. The reason we have quite a few hits and not many fires this game is we have been using our armor piercing a little more, which is what you want to do. You really do want to be using armor piercing. The CV's coming after us, maybe? Nope, doesn't look like it. But I don't want to play too aggressive. There we go, undetected, feels pretty good. Finally got Lucians active. You don't have to have Lucians. You can still do pretty well without of it, but getting 140 hits is not hard here. That gives us extra DPM. I did not see that salvo coming in. Lucky for us, we didn't actually lose that much HP. There's our follow-up fire, finally. He might have his damage control already. Okay, Amagi's behind the island. Now it's on to the Montana. Okay, we did get him. Nice. I might even play a little risky here, trying to push in. That way we can get maybe some more damage on the NC before the game ends. Although I doubt it. I think this game's over. Pretty good though, still 80k. A kill into tier 10 with carriers, subs. Not too bad. So you can see, you play the support role as this light cruiser. You just provide DPM for for the guys who are spotting for you, whether that's DDs or battleships who are pushing in. You just go for support like that. And we survive with, we even have green HP, means we're above 75%. Didn't even dip into the orange or yellow. So it's a good ship, guys. It's really, really strong. You just have to know how to play around not having a heal and find battle impact without a radar. Although that said, this was a bit more of a blowout than I thought. As you can see, we only lost 2 ships. So maybe not the best of examples for tier 10 like that. A little closer game, we might have been under a little more pressure. Looks like in our third game, we get a little better matchmaker. Only 1 sub, 1 CV, and only against tier 9s this time. So we can play a little more aggressive, I think. Especially if we can get some spotting early. Georgia being on the opposite flank certainly helps us. The carrier also seems to be looking at the other flank, so I'm looking to play a little more aggressive. Although I'm not hard pushing in like I might in a battleship. Like maybe if I was in a Ruprecht, I would hard charge. But here, the idea is to use these islands and use my concealment from those islands to push up. And then we're going to turn away and be ready to kite away from anybody that's potentially pushing the 1-2 lines here. Lots of cruisers, so we're going to try and make use of our armor piercing a lot. That's a big deal in these cruiser battles. We don't have the heal to really come back if we lose a lot of HP, which means we want to take very, very strong engagements for us or make it as unfair as possible for the enemy team. So there's a York here. Let's see if we can take a bit of a chunk out of him. Gonna try and slow down to use as much of this island as possible to keep us undetected. Oh, too low. Got some shatters and ricochets, unfortunately. Notice how I don't really have teammates here. So time to run. Time to run. I got a Cherbourg, Z10, York. There's something in the cap. Looks like that's probably the sub. Yeah, definitely time to run. We don't want to stick around for this at all. Not even to farm damage. Don't get greedy. This is just a bad situation. This Baltimore might have to turn for this Alaska and the Ruprecht, which means I'm just holding on to my armor piercing and hoping he'll be forced to turn for that. We do get spotted here, so I do open up. Okay, he's going to turn the other way. That's fine. Ideally, he would have died, but hey, even into angled ships, we're getting actually pretty decent damage thanks to the alpha damage here. Ah, poor him. I'm surprised the Alaska is just not absolutely crushed him yet. Actually got a turret? Wow. Pretty good. Maybe he's using HE. I don't really know, but hey, people pushing in, getting punished like this, that's kind of how it goes. You don't really want to play that aggressive. We do have to be a little concerned that we're still spotted here. More than likely from the enemy sub. Don't want to give flat broadside to a Cherbourg, even at range. We do have our Hydro available if the sub is coming after us, but I'm not going to pop it right away. I learned my lesson first game. Hopefully I'm leading this enough. Can't really see where his guns are pointed. Ah, maybe it was the York spotting us on the flank. I think I'll still stay on the Z10. Try and get some damage in on him. Need to lead more though, as you can see. 6 shatters. Feels kind of bad. Feels like he's slowing down, or maybe he's just turning out. Try and hit the sub. I know I have the AP loaded here. Try and focus him as much as possible. 9 non-pens. Okay, maybe I did want HE on the Z10 here a little more. It's quite quick. Notice the enemy team definitely winning the other flank as well, so we're getting trapped in a box here a little bit. We got to be careful of that. Just trying to keep an eye out for York salvo and letting me know I need to turn. The Z10's not doing a ton of maneuvering, so I'm not too worried. Although, now he is. Missed a few salvos. I think I turn in here, actually. I think that's right. Although our Alaska's gonna die. Very disappointing.
Das gegnerische Team hat die Führung übernommen.
Our sub is quite aggressive as well. Cherbourg turning out. I wanna play this flank. It's really unfortunate that the Georgia's still on like full HP. Oh my goodness. We probably are gonna lose this one massively. This is already looking like a blowout. It's unfortunate, but it seems like they just pushed and actually didn't lose any health when pushing into our team on that fight. And our team just kind of stayed mid and didn't care. I don't know. It happens. Like last game was a blowout in our favor, this game will be a blowout in the enemy team's favor. We'll try and do something though. Push the flank with it. Okay, carriers coming in at us. We certainly don't have the best AA, but maybe it'll be enough. Cherbourg's on us now. This could hurt a lot. Nope, we get lucky though. Definitely some luck involved in that one. Looks like he's turning broadside. We'll swap to the AP. $6K. Man, the AP just chunks people. Another 5.5. It just chunks people. Lucians, okay. Ooh, 40K damage on Lucian's buff. That feels pretty bad. Means we haven't been doing much actual damage. Okay, I don't really know what's here, so we're gonna pop our plane to hopefully figure that out. Looks like the enemy sub is right there. It's good to know. So now to deal with the Cherbourg, do we go in and torp him? Maybe that's the play. I might not get there. Depends if my teammates die or not. I don't know if the Cherbourg's ready for me. The key is going to be to not die to his first salvo. Alright, let's see where he's going. Oh, he's turned around. Okay. That's actually maybe even better for me, because he doesn't have guns in the back. Right? Okay. Salvo's out. The York is going to hurt, so I need to angle to that. And we're just going to chase him. As silly as it sounds. Oh, we lost anyway. Okay. Yeah. No radar, no team support really on our flank, and we lost where all our ships were. So, blowouts are not something that a Mainz can carry you through, unfortunately. But it's still a really, really good ship. I think I'm going to end it there. 3 games. We had some really good ones, I think. It's a pretty strong ship. The problem I have with it is, again, it just feels like it lacks battle impact. It's like all these cruisers that don't have a radar, that rely on their DPM, and that just doesn't help much in these blowout situations. Unless you have team support, where, like in our second game, for example, we were able to use other people spotting for us, supporting them, that kind of thing. It's a support DPM ship, and I think it's quite good. It's a great trainer. It's a pretty solid premium for making money too. Tier 8, it's not bad. But again, not my first choice. Like I said, Massachusetts in that full roundup video, Massachusetts is the way for me. So let me know what you think in the comments below about the Mainz. But that's it for me. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.